Honourable Minister for Education, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming this afternoon for our 23-24 Chevening Scholarship launch. Chevening Scholarships are the United Kingdom's government's flagship scholarship programme. The programme is funded by the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, and it's a global programme operating across the world. It was established in 1983, and it's for 1 year of master's degree studies in the United Kingdom. The scholarship covers all fees, accommodation, living costs and travel, so it's a fully funded scholarship. And it's aimed not just at those with the academic ability to carry out master's studies, but in particular, it's aimed at those individuals with demonstrable potential to make a difference, to become future leaders, decision makers, and opinion formers. There is no race, gender, religious, or age requirement. I'm not sure what I'm doing after my retirement. Chevening scholars are defined by their energy, by their curiosity, their passion, and their clear vision for the future. And the Chevening selection process is hugely competitive. There were over 60,000 applications submitted for the scholarship for 2023-2024. And only around 10% of the applicants worldwide even make it to the interview stage. So it is hugely to the credit of the talented people here in the British Virgin Islands that last year 2 persons from this territory were selected as Chevening Scholars, namely Akila Harrigan and Kirsten Letson. Kirsten is with us here this afternoon following her studies in education at University College London. And this year, I am very pleased to announce that we again have 2 young people from the Virgin Islands who will very shortly be going to the United Kingdom as Chevening Scholars. Keon August will be studying for an MSc in Organisational Project Management at Bournemouth University, and Cedric King will be studying for an MSc in Cybersecurity at the University of Bradford. My very warm congratulations to both of you on being selected. And as part of the Chevening Scholarship requirements, I know you are committed to returning back to the BVI following your master's studies, and I'm confident you will enrich the Virgin Islands from the experience you have gained. And you will also be part of the worldwide Chevening alumni network, some other members of whom are also present this evening. Well done to you. Well done to your predecessors, and Honourable Minister, I'm pleased to share the floor with you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me begin by offering my sincere congratulations to Mr. King and Mr. August. Truly, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. I've spoken to previous Chevening scholars who have spoken about how exemplary the experiences and how much it has gotten them to the point that they are today. When you hear from the upcoming speakers, you'll understand the impact that they would have, the impact that this opportunity would have made on them. And I believe that you will come next year, just like Ms. Letson, who I'm happy is back. And I'm happy to say that she's now the head of the science department at the Elmore South High School. And when we consider the professions and the degrees that you're going to pursue, it speaks very much in line with moving full steam ahead: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so I look forward to, once you've studied, coming home and really being a voice for moving full steam ahead and encouraging other young people to get involved in cybersecurity and to get involved in organizational project management. So overall, the Ministry of Education is truly supportive of any opportunity for continued studies. Of course, we have our National Scholarship Program that offers opportunities for our young people, but opportunities such as Chevening and others that exist throughout the territory are true partners for the ministry, because every opportunity that we have for our young people to continue to advance, we welcome it, we embrace it, and so I want to recognize the Governor's Office and the entire team who has been working steadfastly over the years to ensure that this opportunity is presented to Virgin Islanders. Thank you so much, Governor, and your team. And young people, because you're young just like me, I look forward to seeing what you will do, and most importantly, the most profound part for me is just how much the careers are so much centered on STEAM, and I really look forward to you coming home and being models, role models to our young people who are currently embarking on some of the areas that you are going to pursue now on a master's level. So God bless you, and we look forward to your return to the territory. Thank you.
And next we have Ira, please.
His Excellency, Honorable Minister, good afternoon everyone, distinguished guests. I am happy to be here to lend my congratulations to Mr. August and Mr. King. I am happy that they are two males, because when I got to UE 20 years ago, I think, I'm showing my age, I remember Jeff Cumberbatch saying, looking around the room, I think he's the dean at UE now, law, and he looked at the differentiation between the disparity, I guess, with the men and the women, and he said, the 21st century will be interesting, I tell you. So I'm happy to see that there are two males stepping forward to get this Chevening scholarship for this year. I too am a Chevening alumni. When I was asked to give remarks this afternoon, I wondered if I could remember what happened 20 years ago. But unlike a lot of the alumni from the BVI, I didn't apply through the Governor's Office. I actually got my scholarship through the Cambridge Commonwealth Trust Chevening when I was at UE, and it was based on my performance in parts 1 and part 2 at UE at the time. My performance was said to be exemplary, and the then dean recommended me to do a master's in commercial law at the University of Cambridge. So my Chevening scholarship was to pursue my further degrees there. I did go. I did not want to go. I was saying that to them earlier today. And that was because by the time I got the scholarship and was in law school, I already had my 2 children, and I felt that it was 3 years away from them. So I was at the Ports Authority doing my summer internship when the letter came, nicely in cream paper, and I said, oh, I'm not going. And Margaret Penn said, Ayana, are you crazy? And that was Kirsten's reaction this afternoon. Are you crazy? It's Cambridge. And I'm like, I cannot bear to leave my children another year. And she said to me, we will do whatever we need to do to take care of them, but you're going to Cambridge. Long story short, I applied to Girton College because Girton is the college at Cambridge that is a women's college, and it was the only college that I could take children. It turned out I didn't take my children because they wouldn't let me take them, but I tried. And I went off to the University of Cambridge as a Chevening scholar. I also became a Pegasus scholar. They bussed us into London. I got the opportunity there to do internship at 3 Verulam buildings and Wilberforce chambers. And I also did a month at the Financial Services Authority in the UK. So the experience was very rewarding for me. It helped. When I got to Cambridge, I rode a bike. I think I put a story on my Facebook page the other day. I actually took the trip back to Cambridge when I went to the World Championships, back to London, went up to Cambridge, and I got on a bike and I rode because I had to ride a bike to school. That's the mode of transportation in Cambridge. So I had a very good experience as a Chevening scholar. I got the master's degree. I came back home. As you know, it's really designed for persons who are expected to be high achievers and leaders in their home country. So I came back home and I put my foot to the ground, and here am I, 20 years later, as a Chevening scholar. So I want to encourage you to take the opportunity, do your best at it, make waves wherever you go in the world. If you have to stay abroad and get some experience, do that. I couldn't because I had obligations here, but I always say to young people, even my own children, when you get the opportunity to leave the BVI, you stay some time and you learn what you need to learn to come back to better the BVI. Because at the end of the day, everybody should know in this room that I'm a BVI patriot first. Nothing comes before that for me. So I always look forward to coming back home and helping this country. And I think the Chevening Scholarship allows us to do that. So take advantage of that. I'm looking forward. Every time they call me to come here, I'm excited because I like to see young people progress. And I look forward to coming back another year to see who's the next cohort going forward. And I wish you guys every best in what you're doing, and look forward to seeing your name in bright lights in the future in these beautiful Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Hi, so good evening everyone, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, colleagues. So I, like Ayana, was also a Chevening Scholarship also 20 years ago. So she might have been in Cambridge while I was in London. So I had the opportunity, I was already in London doing studies, which I had completed, and I had the opportunity through Chevening to pursue a Master's in Health Services Management at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. And there are 4 things about LSHTM I'd like to say. So LSHTM has a very long history in public health. Actually, John Snow, father of epidemiology, he was involved with there. Sir Richard Dahl, who described the connections between lung cancer and smoking, was at LSHTM. Peter Pio, who was a very renowned researcher in HIV, he was at London School of Hygiene. So it comes with a really strong history in its field. The other thing that was interesting for me at LSHTM was that the research they did, every year they were recognized as being extremely high quality in the areas of research. And they did research all over the world. So that was the other thing. The faculty come from all over the world. And then the next point is the students, again, from all over the world. And then you're in London, which is a truly cosmopolitan place. So I'm saying all this to say the experience and the opportunity of studying in England, particularly London or any city, is phenomenal. There's always a phenomenal history in the area that you are studying. They have a considerable amount of expertise in the area, and you get to learn from people all over the world. So what I'd like to say is it's just a year, but make the best of that year. There's a lot to learn, a lot to absorb. So while you're doing the studies, don't do like me. I just focus on studies. My younger brother who's here, he also studied in the UK, and he traveled Europe and he saw everywhere. So don't be like Ron, be more like Richard. And do have a lot of fun. Immerse yourselves in the culture while you're there. And come back to the BVI, more talented than you already are, more experienced, more exposed, and more worldly to basically give back to this country. Like Ayana, I'd like to also say I'm very happy to see it's 2 young men. In my mind, boys and young men are disadvantaged. Young ladies do a lot better. They tend to focus a lot more. So I'm really happy to see 2 young men working in 2 really good careers. And as the minister said, steaming ahead. So all of that just to tell you guys, I had a great time 20 years ago. I think it did give me a phenomenal worldview. And I think it's also going to do the same for you. So do have fun in the UK, and do study hard, and do come back and contribute when you come back. Thank you so much.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Of course, I acknowledge the protocol already established. I wrote my thoughts down so I can be focused. So my name is Kirsten Letsom. I studied a master's in education with a science concentration at UCL, which is the #1 school in education right now in the world, and UCL is the #8 school in the world. So I was very privileged and honored to be in attendance there. I'm just going to give a bit of advice, things that I learned, as well as things that maybe you should consider when you're going, and things that I want you to keep in mind. So I wrote them down, so I'm gonna get started now. All right, so Chevening changed my life from the little things like time management, which was a bit of a struggle for me. I was usually late for things, and now I'm very much an on-time person. So that is one small change that
Yes, the tube and catching trains, that vastly improved my time management skills as well as how I show up to things. It also broadened my mind in terms of a paradigm shift in my approach to how I view education. The other thing that came with Chevening was the prestige when you walk into a room. So even at a school like UCL, that was #1 in education, when they found out that I was a Chevening scholar, they all turned and looked. They were very impressed. So it already started opening doors. More persons wanted to speak with me about my thoughts on it because I had this prestige backing me up. On a more relaxed side, opportunities to hang out and learn from different cultures, even within the Caribbean. The Caribbean cohort did many activities together, and I would encourage you to find them. Actually, they'll probably find you wherever you are. We did a number of things together, including celebrating birthdays. They did Notting Hill Carnival, and we even have custom shirts that talk about CARICOM and Chevening in the back with our numbers. So we were a very tight cohort, and we did a lot of things together. So this actually led to me meeting a principal from Bermuda. Through that Chevening connection, I met a principal from Bermuda that actually offered me a job that is 2.5 times paying what I'm being paid here. But, of course, I love the VI, and outside of my obligation to return, I love the VI, and I want to see the VI progress. Of course, it was a no, but I'm just saying, there are connections that you make through Chevening that can even present themselves with opportunities that you can take advantage of later, right? So this degree opened my mind to the endless possibilities for education and its important role in social justice that is often underrepresented in curricula. So even with that and how I approach teaching my classes, I have taken those things into consideration, how we protect the environment, how we approach each individual person, not just seeing that child as a troubled child. What happened? Did they have the same opportunities? Did they have the same things available to them to approach the subject matter as somebody that had more opportunities available to them? So all of these things have opened my mind. It shifted my paradigm, as I said, and all of this is because I was given this Chevening opportunity. I would say as soon as you get there, register with BVI House as soon as you can so that you get invites to events and are able to see BVI people. It really helps to get that taste of home, to even hear people talking how we just talk without you having to slow down and explain everything to them, right? Now, of course, I understand the difference. Even that, my time at UCL has opened my mind to start thinking about the way that we speak in the Virgin Islands as bad English too. This is a different language. BVI Creole is a language. It is not subpar. It is not less than. It is different, right? And even that allowed me to realize that we as a people are great, because even in a situation where persons think that you are speaking, the way that you speak is a problem, no, it's just different. And maybe we need to consider ourselves as bilinguals rather than persons that are speaking broken English. Thank you. Okay. Last thing, rep the VI throughout your time. Let them know our name. UCL knows the BVI's name because I made sure that they knew who the Virgin Islands was. Okay? So that's all the advice that I would say. I hope that sums up my experience and gives a bit of advice on navigating Chevening. I want to say congratulations. And when I got here, to echo the previous speakers, when I saw it was 2 gentlemen, I was extremely elated. And I just want to extend further congratulations to you guys, and I look forward to hearing about your amazing time and your amazing experiences. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I acknowledge the protocol are already established. My name is Keon. I'm recipient of the Chevening Scholarship. I will be attending the University of Bournemouth. My degree would be in organizational project management. So I'm proud to be here, you know. My journey didn't start today. My journey started 3 years ago when I completed my undergrad. You know, I said, you know, it's over, what next? You know, a master's wouldn't be that difficult. Why not, you know, undertake the challenge? You know, so when I saw the email came out through the government email, I said to myself, you know, this is an opportunity to advance the public service as we see it. And who better to start with than the person in the mirror, according to Michael Jackson. So here I am today, you know, a recipient going forward to better myself so that I could come back and better the public service, you know, as we go forward into, well into the 21st century now, because we're in 2023. So that's where I am right now. So I'll turn it over to my colleague.
My name is Cedric King. I'm going to be short and precise to the point. I'm thankful for the opportunity, the Chevening Scholarship. I'm very thankful. Just looking forward for the opportunity, and I'm ready to get it started. So that's it. Pardon? Well, I know Brittany Smith. She was an awardee. She received a Chevening Award, I think like 5 years ago, and I saw what happened to her and the opportunity that she was given, and I was like, why not? She was a classmate of mine, and I just felt like the scholarship was there for the taking. I mean, why not? I feel a lot of people don't know about the scholarship, so I feel like that's why a lot of people don't apply. So I was like, hey, do it. The first year actually was a reserve candidate, and it wasn't really hurtful or whatnot. So I said I'm gonna apply again, and I did it, and I received a scholarship. So like I said before, I'm very thankful. I'm just ready to hit the road. And I'm also studying cybersecurity at the University of Bradford. So yeah, just ready to go. So thanks again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the formal remarks, but Minister, let me again thank you for coming to join us this evening. Thank you for those former Chevening scholars, part of the alumni, who have also shared of their experience. Thank you for the success you have found and the contribution you have made and will make since you returned to this territory. And once again, our warm congratulations and best wishes to our two scholars for 2023-2024. Well done, and best wishes to you both.